Hey, how you doing guys? ZDEyE here. So today I wanted to share my thoughts on the PlayStation 5 event. Now that was fantastic. I have enjoyed it throughout. Man, and that console reveal, oof, oh my god, it looks gorgeous. So at this point I wanted to, pretty much go over all of the games that I personally thought that were simply amazing, or at least something interesting about them. And firstly, let's just go, with the way that we have seen all the games, such as the first game was actually, surprisingly, I should even say, Grand Theft Auto 5, and it's pretty much getting a re-release on the PlayStation 5 in 2021. Now, the only things that's been mentioned that it will be somehow expanded and also have features of the new enhancements. Now, it was not exactly clarified, but you will actually be able to play the game for free for 3 months in 2021 on the PlayStation 5. I'm talking about specifically the Grand Theft Auto online feature of this, of course. Now, of course, you will need to have a PlayStation Plus as well if you wish to know about that information. Now, there's extra information as well from now until the release of the PlayStation 5 on the next gen. The PlayStation 5, you will be receiving monthly sort of the amount of the cash in game in the Grand Theft Auto Online. I mean, that's all good. At first I thought it was some kind of advertisement, and well, to be honest, I actually thought it was something like maybe Grand Theft Auto 6 related news or something that will be coming up, and I thought like, no, I don't think so. Something is off about this. And so, I kind of never really thought it would have been in Grand Theft Auto 6, even though I did question it. Now the other game, the next game, now that was a bigger surprise, at least for me. I never expected to see Spider-Man Miles Morales making an appearance and actually coming, what? Holiday 2020? Are you serious? I was so surprised. I never expected this. It was incredible. Now, I don't know if this should be considered as a sequel. I don't think so anyway. I feel like this may be like a standalone or maybe an expansion towards the Spider-Man that we're already familiar with. But of course we're going to be playing as Miles Morales this time around. And now that's going to be interesting, and I'm 100% getting it, for damn sure. Now the other game I was not particularly interested, and it's Gran Turismo 7. I don't know, it's very difficult to represent the quality and the functionality that it can be done so. But because the live stream was at 30 FPS, unfortunately, but also 1080p quality was not like a fully optimized. Yes, I could just go ahead and check it out on YouTube. That's been most likely uploaded as a 4K version of this game, of course. But I'm not interested in sports, racing, and fighting games such as like, I'm not really interested. But if we continue, Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart. Now, I never really expected to see Ratchet & Clank. I did expect it to, come, but not this soon again. And yet again, I definitely need to mention that there is still no announcement, or I should say release date, for the Ratchet & Clank. So I assume that they have put all their time and effort into the Spider-Man Miles Morales, since it's been developed by Insomniac, and Insomniac is developing Ratchet & Clank. Now I'm pretty sure they actually split up the studio, and so each studio is working on their each game. And still Ratchet & Clank, if to consider, right, it's going to be a big game, pretty much a sequel, or whatever direction they're going to go with. Yes, it's going to be a bigger caliber game than perhaps like an expansion for the Spider-Man. But anyway, next up is from the Square Enix by the name of Project Athia. Hopefully I'm not butchering the name. Now, it just seemed like kind of an interesting approach to the game, but I was not particularly sold on it, at least not yet. I was waiting and wanting to find out more about it, but unfortunately, there's not much info that unfortunately has been showcased in here. And by the way, it will be actually exclusive for the PlayStation 5. Now the other one, called Returnal, I believe that was the name. Now that's just a brand new franchise for the Sony, and that was actually showcased as well at the event, developed by the formerly arcade-focused House Marquee. Hopefully I'm not butchering the name. It's basically something to do, and I quote, Returnal features a crash landing on an alien planet where the protagonist keeps reliving the same events, including her death over and over again. The planet, however, changes every time she dies. And it seems interesting. I don't know yet what to make out of it, but I'm gonna wait for that. Next up is Sackboy: A Big Adventure, pretty much a Little Big Planet, or maybe even continuation in some cases, like Little Big Planet 4. Since we already received Little Big Planet 1, 2, and 3, interesting why it went with a different direction, and necessarily to say with a different title name, though. Okay, now this was a little bit of a disappointment, in my opinion. Ghostwire Tokyo. Ghostwire Tokyo, as you might guys know, has been first showcased at the Bethesda's E3, I believe it was. And, at first it was just like kind of a questions. What is that game? It looks kind of intriguing, at least looks weird. But now when it's showcased here a little bit more, yeah, it kind of actually reduces my excitement for this game. In fact, I don't really know what to make out of it. Personally, I think it still needs a kind of proper representation of its gameplay, and no talking and none of that trailer parts, just pure raw gameplay. Maybe that would make more sense in this case, but it's a clusterfuck. I couldn't really make out of things and understand it properly either. Now this game is also a little bit kind of an unfortunate part was Godfall. Godfall, I don't believe it got the trailer that perhaps it deserved. All it went through is just a pure combat style, and also with some quirky music. The music didn't really work with it, even though I did like the song and the tune, but the music did not work here as the trailer goes. And that kind of actually lost the appeal for a lot of people. And unfortunately for me too. Now this game I actually did not expect to see, Hitman 3. Personally for me, again, I'm not really into Hitman, the games anyway. With its presentation of the cinematic trailer, it looks very good. Nothing else I can really say, it's just that, well, it's a fantastic looking cinematic trailer. It has been showcased a little bit of a gameplay as well in Dubai. There's not much you can really make out of things, unless of course if you would make it some kind of like a breakdown, complete breakdown. Now this game I was definitely looking forward to, and I kind of expected to see here too. Obviously I'm talking about Demon's Souls. Now they obviously didn't say it's Demon's Souls remake, but we can clearly see it's a Demon's Souls remake, and it looks so damn awesome. Man, I cannot wait to get my hands on this, because I like Blue Point Games as well. They're notorious, known for making fantastic remakes and remasters, since they have done the justice with the Shadow of the Colossus, and a lot of people love that game as well. By the way, yes, Demon's Souls is going to be exclusive for the PlayStation. Here's another disappointment, Deathloop. I think it's just because like when the trailers represent the gameplay, and it doesn't actually, it just shows the cinematic trailers and that's really it. You kind of overthink few things and expect a lot of things out of them. And unfortunately, this game does not seem like it's not my cup of tea, unfortunately. Now here's the worst kept secret pretty much, Resident Evil 8 Village. Now this one was beautiful. I love the redesign of Chris, he looks far better now. Remember guys, if you already knew, in my channel, if you've been around, sticking around and stuff, I have been reporting sometimes regarding the next Resident Evil game, and we already knew it was going to be Resident Evil 8. We already knew it might have been something to do inside the village. We already knew about Ethan coming back, and so goes for Chris. It seems like a lot of the stuff that has been rumored and reported, well, it seemed like it was all correct. Okay, now this is one of those Death Stranding moments, and that kind of actually has a representation of it. I'm talking about Pragmata. Hopefully I'm not butchering the name. It's just a post-apocalyptic game set in a world where cats are now holograms. Horrifying natural disasters wreck the world of Pragmata. Now we see a dude, a man, in a spacesuit gets thrown into the air with a girl, or perhaps maybe she's a robot, I'm not too sure, a droid maybe, and then he finds himself on the moon with her. It says that it will be coming in 2022. It's very weird, but it seems interesting, and I hope it's going to be one of those similar caliber to Death Stranding. Yes, I'm talking about like a bigger expectations from this game, and hopefully it's going to be bigger with the ambition. Now, this one was kind of expected, or also yet a little bit of a surprise. Horizon Forbidden West. Now, this I did not expect to see this kind of a similar name. I did know that the Aloy, she will be going towards the west, because if you've been guys playing the game Horizon Zero Dawn, there's always were in the lore and the moments when people were hinting at something to do with the west and something a lot more danger in that zone. But now, since we already know it's going to be based in the west, obviously Forbidden West I should perhaps clarify, it's going to be interesting. It seems like also there's plenty of new monsters, or I should say robots, animals and stuff. It seems like you will be able to deep dive into the waters. Unfortunately, we didn't actually get a glimpse if it will be even possible to go on a bird and like literally fly around the map or something like that. Man, that would be awesome in my personal opinion. Now, here's the last but not least, and yes, I'm obviously talking about the PlayStation 5 console revealed itself, the box. My god, I flipped out when I was live streaming and live reacting on this. I was blown away. I so dig the design of this. It looks so damn great. By far one of the best console designs ever. And yes, definitely, if you want to ask me which one do I prefer, obviously it's this one. PlayStation 5 is far better console design than the Series X, no questions, easily. But man, also when they showcased that there's two PlayStation 5 consoles, one is digital edition and the other of course comes with a CD tray. Well, actually it's more of a 4K Blu-ray drive, I believe was the name. So you can expect that there will be a difference of the cost, right? If you want to go for a digital edition, I assume it's going to be like 100 euros less, maybe 50 euros less. That depends again. I'm still going to go for the normal PlayStation 5 with the disc tray, because I actually do end up sometimes purchasing physical copies of my games, such as like the collector's edition. You know, I want to keep the statues as an example, some of the collectibles and some of the resources and whatnot, but yet I want to play the game while using my CD. That's just my personal opinion. Now, of course, they showcases some few other accessories as well, and that looks good and all, but I don't really care about that. All I care about is the PlayStation 5 console and that beautiful DualSense controller. And man, oh man, I cannot wait until there will be more information popping in and dropping and talking all about those beautiful PlayStation 5 and so many beautiful games. Cannot wait to get my hands on the PlayStation 5. It's still been reconfirmed again that it will be indeed coming on holiday 2020. Man, it's gonna be exciting. Well, at this, I'm gonna let you go now, guys, and while recording this video, it's already like 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm half asleep. Don't know how I'm managing to even have a bit of a commentary in this case. Alright, well, I see you guys all. Have a wonderful day.